My name is Jason and I play bass.
I'm Jordan and I do rhythm guitar and lead vocal.
I'm putting up with your disaster and you're living.
Oh wow, we met probably about 4 years ago,
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago. We were both in different local bands back home and just really respected each other's music. And when things went south with other bands, we formed together and started doing this.
And I hope time.
We've been Hydra Melody for about 8 years. Hydra Melodies formed about 8 years ago, and we've just recently been pushing and getting serious over the last 2-3 years. Oh man, well, a long time ago when we first started, our music was really, really crazy, and just solos on top of solos, and the name was really fitting back then, 8 years ago, Hydra Melody, and it's kind of stuck. You know, once the fans started catching on and the music started changing, it just, why change the name? We already kind of had made headway with it.
You try to shower.
For me, oddly enough, it's going to be Third Eye Blind. They're the first band that I really ever listened to. And I grew up listening to them. They're probably my biggest influence, contemporary music-wise. And so listening to them and then old school stuff from the 60s and 70s that my father brought me up on, like Elton John, Billy Joel, some Thin Lizzy and stuff like that kind of influence what I do.
We're kind of in the same boat. I mean, I love a lot of the classics, Pink Floyd, Beatles, Zeppelin. I grew up on that stuff. But I really liked a lot of underground music kind of growing up. RX Bandit, Circus Survive, Minus the Bear. I was kind of really into the more underground type of music.
I've got mine.
Wow, I would have to say, for me, Fire Breathing. It's a song that Jason and I kind of, one of the first ones that we wrote really together, lyrically and everything, and I felt like it was the first point for us as, you know, a writing partnership, and I could really feel that growth in that song. And whether the lyrics are really personal or not, I just feel like that for me is just one of those songs. I felt like it was like that first step of where we're at right now.
Yeah, I'd have to say for me, right now we just kind of started writing the song. Right now it's tentatively named Ways to Go, and Jordan wrote these lyrics that are really apropos to what we're going through right now, kind of on the road, trying to get where we want to be with our career and our music, and it kind of, right now it's very in the moment, and the lyrics are all about what we're doing right now, and this year with Third Eye Blind and stuff, so that one really is a big one for me.
That one is tough. We have a fan favorite back home called What I Do on the Weekends, and that one I feel is probably the funnest to play live. It's just really energetic, it's really catchy, and we do this thing where we get the crowd into it, you know, audience participation and all that stuff. So that one's really fun to play live because it gives us a chance to really interact with the crowd and, you know, get personal with it.
Yeah, I think for me it would be the song called Oceans, because when we are all vibing on stage and it just, when we become that unit and that song comes out the way it should, I think it's one of the peaks of our show. It's such a big anthemic song, and it kind of, yeah, for me that's a huge song. It's very moving. I think this time we took off to Austin for 6 weeks to write a full-length record, and I think that we're shooting for a full-length. I think that we won't settle for anything less right now. I know that, you know, we've got, you know, let's say 15 songs, but we want to have 30 and really narrow it down to the ones we feel are the most, the ones we enjoy the most, the ones that are most fitting for where we are at that time.
Most unique.
So yeah, the ones that are the most Hydra Melody, I think, as well, which I think is something that now we're starting to nail, which is what we are, starting to understand that. So yeah, it'll be a full length for sure. Yeah.
No titles. We have demos of the songs that we did ourselves while we were writing. But as for real studio recordings of them, we haven't really started that yet. This tour kind of came up, snuck up on us. We were trying to get into the studio in November, but this tour came up and it was just an opportunity that we just could not pass. So, you know, the record kind of got put a little bit on the back burner. But hopefully, you know, early 2014, it'll be out and everyone will be listening to it.
A lot of patience, I guess. It's taught me to be a much more patient person. I think that one of the things you learn is that how to share a dream with a group of people and how to understand how everybody fits into that and how to work in a way so that everybody can get what they want out of it, and you know, still understanding, you know, it's important to get what you want out of it, but it's not worth the journey if you're not doing it together. I think that's one of the things that I've learned is how do you share it when that's your biggest dream with 5 other people when they might have a completely different approach to it. But it makes for an amazing synergy, you know, when you guys all have the same goal, you approach it from different angles and stuff, so that's another thing.
I feel like music has let me be more myself, you know, writing lyrics and trying to connect with people. You can't fake something like that. And writing my lyrics from the most genuine perspective possible. And hearing people tell me that, you know, they hit that song, hit them, the lyrics really meant something to them. It really helps me keep doing that and just in day-to-day life, just being that genuine person and, you know, trying to touch people and, you know, affect as many people as possible while you're here. You know?
Yeah, I think that's too.
I think that's pretty unanimous right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the records, all the shows, you know, lead up to that big moment. And for us right now, I feel like we're on that way. We're riding that big moment right now.
Yeah.
The past 3 years have led up to this.
Yeah, we just wanted to share with as many people as possible. So I think that when we got that opportunity to start playing sold-out shows, you know, supporting a band as amazing as Third Eye Blind, it was, yeah, it's time to put everything on hold and just kind of understand and grasp that moment and take advantage of it.
Headlining our own tour. Yeah, I mean, that's where I see it. You know, I feel like this is that first step of, you know, the next set of steps in our career, and I really feel like that next one for us is going to be headlining our own tour and going to Europe. I'd love to go to Europe. That'd be amazing to tour Europe. Yeah. So hopefully that's where I see this going. I would tell myself, pop punk is not that great. Move on. Look into something better. That's what I would tell myself.
I would tell myself, that's me now to me as a kid, to stick with it because, shit, I mean, it's starting to happen for us, I think, in a really cool way. So I would tell myself not to give up, you know, which luckily I didn't, but just to know that, you know, that there is the opportunity to make your dreams happen. I wouldn't change anything about how accessible the internet's made everything. I would, if I could change anything about the music industry, it would be about people in the business working twice as hard nowadays to find ways to make money in an industry that's dying. And I think that there's a fair shake for everybody, but I would make it so that artists that are struggling really have a better opportunity and it's easier for them, because it does take a toll to not have the money, not have the ability or the funds and, you know, the ability to do certain things that you want to do that you may have been able to do back in the day. But yeah, I would say that I would hope that we would understand that, you know, everybody should have a fair shot and everybody has some form of talent and wants something that they want to express. So I would say, you know, we should do something to help those people out a little more.
I would have to agree. I feel like for as easy easily accessible as the internet's been for music, and it's 10 times easier for people to download music for free, I feel like there's been little done about it to figure out how to fix it, and how to make that opportunity as open to everybody as it can be.
Yeah.
So I'd have to agree. We have fans.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting us, and hopefully 2014 will be our year.